Else We Can, that new song from Bon Jovi. And one day I'll tell you about how I stood under a wire mesh stage and looked up his and his guitarist's trouser legs while they performed live. I'll save that for another time, because I've been off to see Brian May, another legendary rock guitarist today. Didn't look up his trouser leg, but we had a good old natter at the arena earlier on today. Now, I'm thinking when you perform, as you will tonight, at the arena, but other things that you've done, there's always, if you like, a massive spotlight on you, and the eyes of the world are watching you, or thousands of people. Do you ever get any nerves? Do you think, if I hit the wrong string or whatever, it's going to make the most of a terrible noise?
You always get nerves. Yeah, I think that's in a sense the joy of the live experience, really. It is always dangerous. You can always fall on your face, and in a sense it's the danger that makes it great, I think. And you know, that's why I don't really like the way some of live music is going. A lot of it's very much done to hard disk, you know, people are miming or whatever, you know, and there isn't that feeling of danger and immediacy of like being in the moment. So yes, it is scary, and every time it's scary, and particularly one-offs are scary. If you're on a tour and you're doing roughly the same thing every night, you get used to it, you get your team around you, and you get a confidence. You still feel little nerves going on, but one-offs are difficult, you know, and this is a one-off tonight. I haven't been on this stage, I haven't been in this production. I'm not used to the sound, I'm not used to the, you know, the layout of the stage, and I haven't done it for months. So it's a walk into the unknown, which I suppose is what we're addicted to in the first place.
So you are looking forward to it?
I'm very much looking forward to it, yeah, and it's a shared experience with the cast, and I think I'm hoping, you know, that magic will happen, but it does, you know. It's great for the audience, I think, because they don't really know if I'm going to appear or not. We used to try and keep it secret, but it doesn't really matter, you know. People say, oh, you know, Brian May's appearing, but they think, oh no, he probably won't bother, you know, he probably won't be here. So when they actually see me, it's a sort of moment of recognition, and sort of there's great warmth, I think, you know. Doesn't happen very often these days, so it'll be a good experience, I think.
Touching briefly, if we may, just on a couple of other things said at the beginning, not only famous for your guitar, but your interest in the world of science. Interstellar dust, I think, is your speciality.
So diacal dust was my thesis, yes. And yeah, I still keep in touch. I was emailing with my professor this morning, actually. Somebody's citing our paper. So yeah, it still fires me up. I'm still fascinated by, well, dust in particular, because it is my subject, and of course dust is part of the creation of everything, as the wonderful service for burial says, you know, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. We are all dust, we are made of dust, and we return to dust.
That's philosophy.
It's the truth, it's scientific truth and philosophy.
Yeah. What's your relationship with Professor Brian Cox? He's kind of stealing the rock musician professorial limelight from you a bit now.
Oh no, he's fantastic. I think Brian's amazing, and we've done a couple of things together.
Yeah.
Particularly with regard to Patrick, who was a great friend to us both.
Yeah.
I think Brian's amazing. What an incredible brain. Yeah, and he's a wonderful presenter. Yeah, I mean, I take my hat off to him, and there's no way I would sort of compete. You know, I'm not really that kind of animal. I'm a musician first and foremost, and these days I'm an animal campaigner, because that seems to be very necessary these days. But I love astronomy, and I always will. You know, and I'll always be there. And
finally, I've mentioned this on the radio a few times. There was a rumour that you had a pad in Nottinghamshire at one point, that you lived in Papelwick. You're happy to put the record straight once and for all on this?
No, I don't know where that rumour came from. Maybe because of visiting Freddie's mum. I just came from there, actually.
Been to see her today, yeah?
She's in great shape, and I think she's coming tonight, which would be great. And Cash, Freddie's sister. So I have connections in Nottingham, but I have never lived here, not yet.
We'll keep a welcome for you if you ever choose to settle down here. Brian May, absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the music.
Thank you, enjoyed it. Thank you.
I've paid my dues.
We will rock you, the musical, at the arena tonight through to the weekend. Brian May performing just for one night tonight as part of that show.